Welcome back to some more of the Chaos SC2 Circuit. We are here now going to be featuring one of the only Terran player in the entire bracket, but could be a finalist as well. Let's go, Bobby. Let's go.
Yeah, and here he is, spawning in the top right-hand corner of the map. Polish Protoss in the red for Psystorm. This is Spirit.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Royal Blood, we have the Polish Protoss player. He is blue, representing Berserker Esports. It is PAPI. Here we go. Asher, we finally got one. We found one. It's a Terran. Oh,
yeah, it's a good one too.
They're all good.
I feel like this is going to be the map that we might see the 4-gate blink on. This is a very good map for it, and it can be out of all the maps, I think this is probably the one where I feel most comfortable as a Terran in both matchups, TvZ and TvP. So I think the Protoss here is going to want to look to mix things up a little bit, get a bit of aggression, get a bit of momentum.
Yeah, exactly. And I do think that's what PAPI wants to do. You mentioned it earlier, but Spirit is the best Terran player in Poland. He's one of the best Terran players in all of Europe as well. So I'm sure PAPI is well aware of that. They were actually bantering in the lobby chat as well. PAPI was asking for a handicap, of some kind, just because he's up against such a powerful opponent. But was he just luring Spirit into a false sense of security? Was he just playing with him as the probe is locked into the main?
Yeah, very weird opener coming out from Spirit. Actually, is going to be spending that extra money, delaying his CC just to lock the probe in the main. He's going to be skipping his scout as well, and then going for a Marine into a Reaper. This is all very unusual.
Yeah, the Marine first. I mean, of course, it was a single gate opener into a Rex expand, but as you were saying, when it comes to the minute details, there have been some differences, some arguably inefficiencies here. I mean, I say that, but yeah, even Spirit just double checking, making sure that he isn't being proxied either. So, really interesting variation here from Spirit.
Yeah, I feel like Spirit was trying to show maybe a potential proxy himself by locking that worker out. Looks like PAPI didn't decide that he was too worried about that in the end. He's just playing a very standard opener and going to be going into the Twilight behind this.
Yeah, Twilight comes opening here from PAPI. The first Reaper is zooming across the map, looking to get a scout off, looking to even get some economic damage done as well. The Adept is, of course, back at home. The Reaper is dipping on in, does reveal itself, and looking at the vision, Spirit does see the Twilight Council.
Yeah, nice scout there. Almost gets a probe as well. He's going to be seeing that at depth, so doesn't have too much information on exactly what this is until he sees the second gateway unit, but he's going to be firing up a Hellion as well just to get that extra scout and just to confirm exactly what's been going on. In this current meta, with 4-gate being so popular, the Hellion has been much more common, as we see our Spirit showing off his micro a little bit, just dancing right outside that range of the Adept to get some extra shots on. Yeah, I think it takes about 35 shots or something like that to kill an Adept from full health for a Reaper, so I think it's just to flex on your opponent usually.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's just a nice little bit of damage to the shields, but nothing too impactful. But here we go. We do see the first Adept taking quite a bit of damage already, trying to be zoned away. Looks like it should be able to barely escape here from the Hellion, from that Reaper. Back at home, Spirit going into his 1-on-1, setting up for a mine drop.
Yeah, super standard stuff coming out from Spirit here. This is kind of just the gold standard. We see players like Kyo, players like Clem coming back to this build again and again, and it's just a very good all-round setup.
It really is. It gets you a lot of scouting information. It could potentially even end the game with the mine drop as well, depending on how good it is. The first Adept is going to be going down, but Spirit does confirm the third Nexus. Even takes down that probe.
Yeah, takes down the probe that was going to be building the third, so he's actually delayed this third very heavily, and it is just a 2-gate blink opener coming out from PAPI.
Yeah, a very economic opener out of PAPI, but a very delayed opener just because of those 2 dead probes. The Marine even comes across the map, confirms that he's not being all-in, as he does get eyes that the third was thrown down.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful move there, sending that Marine out to double check for the third. That's something that not a lot of players do. It's something that Cure does extremely well, but apart from that, I don't see it that often, as we do see that mine just getting trapped in there. Some very nice retargeting. That was very close to being dangerous, but Spirit is being such a nuisance here.
Oh my god, as we do still have one more wood mine here in the chamber for Spirit, ready to lay siege, or ready to just go for another drop, but for the time being, he's being trapped here in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, and as you were saying, very cute moves out of Spirit, just denying so much mining time.
Yeah, Spirit really flexing his speed here on PAPI. Already delays that third Nexus by about 20 seconds there, and going to be sending out the Raven as well just for some additional harass. Recognizes that it's probably not going to be a robo opening, not going to be too much aggression coming on his side of the map, so he is free to do this, of course, and should be able to force out either a cannon or sheer battery in that main as well, as we do see a pretty fast Templar archive. So looks like PAPI wants to play Storm here.
Yeah, Charged Archon and Storm. Interesting not going for those Colossi, especially with the recent buff or change to the game. We do see, that drop is headed towards that natural base auto turret also coming into the main at the same time.
Yeah, beautifully timed attack. He's going to be targeting that turret as well to make sure it's taking down as many probes as possible. So we lose a mine, but we get 4 probes in total. Not bad at all. He's just going to continue to hamstring the progress of the Protoss here. And I believe he didn't quite get the scout on Storm here, so we'll have to see how Spirit wants to react. He is going to be getting his third down in a pretty normal time, and just going for this rather standard move out here to put some pressure on the third. This should be hitting before Storm is finished.
Yeah, and on top of that, this medevac actually sees Storm researching.
Yeah, I think this move out might actually be early in response to that. This is very interesting. It's actually a fantastic move.
Yeah,
if you can start to put some pressure on right away, there isn't really enough here.
Exactly. Storm's still a ways off. It's actually lined up with Stim. It looks like Spirit's going to be waiting for Stim, and as a result, Storm will be ready for this.
Yeah, okay, so we are going to be having Spirit poking on forward, setting up those tanks. Does have the Raven as well in position. As soon as he sees those High Templar, we're going to be wanting to spend that energy right away. Beautiful disable on the Prism. That is huge, and we are out of Storms until that runs out.
Yeah, exactly. We still need to wait a couple more seconds, and Storms will be upon us. Despite that, the tanks are in range of that third base. Pylon is going down. There is no shield battery here to support.
Yeah, beautiful pre-split coming out from Spirit. Really nice stuff. The tanks are going to be taken out, but not before they take out quite a lot of these Stalkers. And wow, the Storms, they are not what PAPI needed. The game might just be over right here.
Yeah, exactly. We do have another Warping of Zealots. Is that going to be enough to hold on? No more tanks in the backline. Good target firing. The Prism does go down.
That is huge. The Prism goes down along with the High Templar. Spirit is happy with the damage that he has. He's going to back off and reassemble his forces. Maybe just heal up that bio a little bit before he goes back in.
Yeah, exactly. Behind this, we have a Ghost Academy on the way. We have a third CC about to finish up as well. Spirit, he isn't all in by any means. He is transitioning, but at the same time, he's still being very active with this drop. He goes for the scan. He sees the army, and he's going to be avoiding it for now.
Yeah, respects the potential for Storms. They still are a little bit off, so he can start to dance with these units, maybe pick off in a model if it goes a bit too far forward, but he doesn't need to end the game now. As you said, he's already done a huge amount of damage.
Yeah, he really has, and he's not done. He goes for the double drop into the main base. We have a reaction, we have a response. The boys are being pulled. Probes are going down.
Yeah, 4 probes going down. A big pylon going to be going down, deploying a couple of those gateways here. And more importantly, these units are just being forced into an awkward position.
Yeah, at the same time, it looks like we tried to snipe some of the High Templar in the center of the map, but it looks like PAPI can keep up. He does swat that army away. Did lose another pylon, depowering a lot of his gateways, slowing him down. PAPI is stuck at home for the time being. As Spirit, he just gets his third base up and running.
Yeah, Spirit basically just trying to use his speed, his efficiency to outpace PAPI here. And PAPI doing quite a good job keeping up, but it feels like the damage has already been done from that first push. PAPI is going to be quite behind. Still doesn't have a 4th base going, which is very late to not have that going in a TvP here. So you can see the damage that Spirit's done in that regard.
Yeah, Spirit even just double checks as well. He scanned earlier, making sure that there was no 4th base taken from PAPI now that he knows he's in a pretty secure position. One of the Ghosts is looking very exposed. Ghost is going to be going down. Does land an EMP just before, though. Up.
Yeah, Spirit's going to have to be pretty careful here. I would love to see him make a couple Vikings just to snipe this Prism. I think 2 Vikings and an EMP, you can take down that Prism very quickly, and that removes a lot of the play here. But Spirit is happy to dance, happy to micro, and we'll be taking a big Storm as a result. This is a dangerous attack.
It really is. The third base is exposed. Sensor Tower is going to be going down. The mineral line has to be evacuated as well. There are a lot of Widow Mines in the back line. Do you think Spirit can maybe hold on here? Might just take off. They take down the almost every single Zealot. My God.
Yeah, Zealot's gonna be going down here as it looks like we do have a bit of a hiccup. More Zealot's gonna be going down as well. The spread, the concave from Spirit is really effective. These storms, not quite what is needed yet, but ooh, some very nice follow-up storms.
Yeah, very nice storms indeed. This army so bad and so bruised. Another massive storm takes down the entire army. Wintermeister burrow in the face of the army. The shots go off.
Yeah, the shots go off. They actually take down a couple of those medevacs, but they might have done enough as the Immortal goes down. The Archon going down as well.
This is still so close. So a lot of economic damage is being done. SCVs are falling. Liberators have arrived. And I don't think there's enough anti-air to deal with them. It looks like the Protoss army is being forced back. We have another wave of Zealot reinforcements coming in, but Spirit, he's holding.
Yeah, Spirit holding on by the skin of his teeth, and this was fairly all in from PAPI, so Spirit should be in a pretty comfortable position from here. Looks like he might have lost... Did he lose all of his medevacs? Yeah, he actually lost all of his medevacs. We just had two more come out now.
Yeah, every single medevac did go down, so that was a hefty loss when it comes to the Army of Spirit. He did save the majority of his SCVs. If we look at the units lost tab here, only a handful of SCVs did go down, just did such a great job at preserving the workers and preserving the base itself. So he's still on a 3-base economy. This would have been very different if PAPI was able to do a little bit more economic damage. As Spirit, he is pushing out across map, even going for a drop.
Yeah, going for a bit of a mine drop, just going to be diversifying his attack a little bit here. So that should be hitting as that armory has finished up now. And that's a very annoying thing to deal with, especially when you're being pressured.
Up! And it looks like do we have a reaction? Ooh.
Yeah, decent reaction, but there's more mines, and now we're going to have cloak mines in every base. This is an absolute nightmare to deal with as the Protoss, and Spirit going to be cordoning off this 4th base as well with the mines. But you have a recall, so looks like PAPI is going to fully commit to defending this.
But the recall, only a handful of units did go back. They are going to go down. The High Templar, the Immortals as well. PAPI not able to get the sandwich. Does lose 13 of those probes. Can he deal with these Widow Mines before they reset it? Looks like this one here may just barely not go off.
Oh, yeah, not quite. So it looks like PAPI is going to be holding on, but he still has these mines to deal with. He was able to get some cannons up, so that is a good way to deal with it. They'll usually finish right before that second shot goes off, but looks like this one's not going to be quite in time.
Yeah, we do have a triple drop into the main base as well. We just recalled, bear that in mind. Another shot is going to be going off, and PAPI is being pulled apart. The multi-pronged aggression is just too good. Decent storms here, but PAPI, he's still losing just so much.
Yeah, absolutely. There's some beautiful aggression coming out here from Spirit. Actually going to be losing quite a lot of these units, so a little bit wasteful in the end, but momentum is what he needs, not necessarily good trades.
Yeah, exactly. As he takes down the shield, but he does force a defensive warp in here at the 3rd base. The army is rotating on over, but we're trickling on in. Oh, PAPI has to be careful. It looks like he is going to hold on to his 3rd. Oh.
Yeah, there we go. We do have more aggression coming on here at the base, but behind this Spirit just going to be getting up that extra 4th. I would like to see him land that pretty soon just to make sure that he is pushing this advantage that he is making for himself.
Yeah, there we go. 4th base is on the way. We have a drop into the main. At the same time, PAPI is pouncing on the main army. He's focusing down those medevacs. Does connect with one of those storms.
Yeah, Prism does go down though, so Spirit's staying a little bit longer than might seem wise just to make sure that he gets that Prism, and now we have once again pretty tight hold that he's going to have to make to close this one out.
Yeah, exactly. We're pushing on forward. We only have 1 High Templar with the army. I think we only have 1 Storm available here for PAPI, so it doesn't have the most amount of splash damage. We see Spirit just defending on his 2 bases, but he does expose his 3rd.
Yeah, and this is exactly what PAPI needs. PAPI has to find economic damage with this. He is going to be getting almost every single SCV that is at this 3rd, 24 of them going down, but I don't think it's going to be enough as we have Spirit pouncing on the army.
Yeah, exactly. No storms are available. Good snipe on the High Templar. The Archons are going down. It looks like PAPI's main army is going to fall, or at least he has to just give up on this position.
Yeah, Spirit targets down every Archon. There's not enough Zealot buffer, and GG is called.
GG, very well played there. I mean, Spirit just flexing when it comes to his aggression, his multitasking, but PAPI was keeping up for a while there, and he did make it close.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Spirit really was pushing PAPI to the limits there, and PAPI, for the most part, was able to keep up. It was just a few little moments here and there, like that first push on the 3rd, that really added up in the end.
Yeah, exactly. Like everything could have changed if, when it comes to that big counterattack, we had like maybe one more storm, a handful of more units as well, maybe one less mine connecting with the army, and that could have been it for Papi. He could have just barely broken through. But Spirit does take game number one. Not the easiest game though, and I want to believe, that we can have a series. I want to believe that we go all the way to the ace match.
I do as well, but from having seen Spirit quite a few times,
Oh.
usually after that first game where he does play a bit more standard, we often see something very cheesy. And I think especially on a map like this, we could very well be seeing a proxy coming out from him this game.
Oh boy. And this wouldn't be a bad map for it. Game 2 is going to be taking place on Gressvan, a bit of a larger map. As a result, a lot of locations that you can take advantage of as well. So we'll keep an eye on the initial SCVs. We'll see if Spirit does decide to spice it up.
Yeah, this is a very strong map for Proxy Reaper just because of that extra jump that you have on the natural, just on the corner of that. So that combined with a pretty wide jump up spot on the main and the extra jump up spot next to the ramp, I do think that this is a good place where you can go for just a single racks Proxy Reaper.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll see if he goes for that. As spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Gressvan, we have the Polish Terran player representing Storm Gaming. It is Spirit.
And in the top left-hand corner of the map for Berserker Esports, this is PAPI.
PAPI.
Hey, PAPI.
That was really cute. I don't know if you've been tuning into any of Ender's streams, but I think it was yesterday or for the past couple of days. We've been raiding him, and he's like, he says the same thing. He's like, "Ay, papi," but it's natural for him because he like that's like Filipino or Tagalog is like a little bit more native to like Spanish, so he likes
Okay.
papi. He likes
Nice. Lovely.
It's good.
Same vibe.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
The PAPI caster.
Yes, yeah. That's what I am now. I have to rebrand. Oh.
That's true, yeah. PAPI caster VIP.
But as we get into this game, this time Spirit, okay, he's assigned to calm things down a little bit. The first Rax is back at home, and we don't have an SCV out on the map.
It does it again. I'd love to hear from him the explanation of this move because it's very weird.
I mean, you say that. I feel like you bring that up whenever like Björn and Maru, they do it every now and then as well.
Yeah, but it's different when Björn and Maru do it though, because Björn and Maru do it to keep the probe out. I've never seen someone do it to keep the probe in. I don't really know what the point is.
I mean, I guess
it does the same thing, but you get the CC on location.
Yeah, right. Like I guess like it doesn't disturb your CC timing if you want to go for it on the low ground. I guess that's the biggest advantage of it, right?
The CC should still be the same timing, but obviously getting on the low ground's a bit better. Same timing as the other delayed timing.
Yeah.
I find it really interesting though that Papi's like not respecting this at all. He's not looking for proxies. He's not too urgent to get back across the map and make sure that the CC has been taken. He doesn't really seem to care or respect the possibility that there's something weird going on.
He has no fear. And you know what? He again, like he knows, mate. You're gonna cheese me at LAN? Are you that brave?
True. You have to look me in the eye afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. Bear that in mind. This is, of course, an offline event. They're all there together. They're, having fun. They're having drinks. It is a gamer bar, by the way, and you gotta respect your opponent.
Yeah, he's gonna beat him up if he proxies him.
True.
That's what I'm saying.
As we are getting into this so far, we have a 1-1-1 follow-up as once again heading towards those widow mines, so nothing too crazy from Spirit.
Yeah, same build coming out here, and especially when you are the favored player, you can pretty much just do this every game. But we do have something interesting coming out from PAPI. So PAPI going for a very fast third Nexus, actually off a single gate here. And this is something that we often see combined with a Sentry. But I do think that he's kind of taking advantage of Spirit playing a little bit predictable here.
Yeah, this is crazy. Before that happens, though, the Hellion, it gets into the main base. Can we get any probe kills? No, the surround does avoid the second volley just barely in time. A second probe does go down to the main base. Sorry, in the natural, so 2 probes do fall. But as you were saying, very greedy opener here from PAPI. Greedier than I'm used to seeing, to be honest. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued to see how Spirit's going to react to this, how he's going to try to punish this. I think one thing that he could do is possibly skip tanks. That might be one way that he can punish this.
Yeah, we'll see if he does. For the time being, we have the drop coming across the map. It is not just a mine drop, but there are a couple of Marines mixed in as well. So this drop has a little bit more firepower to it. We still have the Reaper here towards the south as well. So he's going to try and pull apart the attention of PAPI. Going to try and do some more economic damage if possible. We saw how fancy he was with his retargeting before. We'll see how good he is now.
Yeah, Spirit identifying here because it was such a fast third off a single gate. There is a need for damage here, and that there will be a lot less units than there usually would be. We can see that already. Only 4 gateway units here in almost 5 minutes. So beautiful micro from PAPI. Wow, that was very clean.
Yeah, very nicely done. He does lose a couple of the gas mining workers, but 4 probes go down. He cleans up all of those widow mines. The Reaper didn't really get too much damage either. It's dipping back in to get a follow-up scout, but for the most part, PAPI should be able to keep up as... one more probe goes down.
Yeah, Reaper taking down another probe, so some pretty solid damage from Spirit here, but we do have to keep in mind that this advantage that you get from the fast third Nexus is very considerable. So Spirit getting good damage, but might not be enough just yet. And yeah, we can see back at home, I believe he has gone ahead and skipped that tank.
Yeah, there we go. No tank out for Spirit. He does go for a safety missile turret at least here in between his bases, but he is just throwing down the rest of his production and not stopping with the aggression either. We have a Marine waddling into the third base. We have a mine drop into the main. Do we have a reaction? We do, just in time.
Yeah, PAPI's doing a fantastic job keeping up with Spirit. Spirit is basically just trying to out APM him, skill check him in that way, and at PAPI, it looks like he's been up to the task so far, but it's really starting to pick up the intensity here of the multitasker Spirit.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like 2 probes went down in the main base. It looks like a couple probes are going down at the natural as well. The Raven auto-target harass is just a bit too much. The mine also survived, so Spirit, he's going to be able to dip back in at a later time.
Yeah, Spirit is bullying here, and at the same time, because he skipped out on that tank, he's going to have a higher bio count. He's going to have faster stim and combat shields, faster third base as well. He actually got that up very early, and he is going to be able to push across the map around now.
Yeah, exactly. Third base being taken as we speak. We have Mines, Marines, and Marauders all getting ready for that push out. We'll see if Spirit goes for another wave of auto targets, or if he does preserve that energy for maybe a disable for that big fight. PAPI is still building up his army. He has a decent gateway army, don't get us wrong. Charge is going to finish up as well, but he's still working on those immortals. Up!
Oh, but the mine drop comes in when he least expects it. 7 probes going to be going down, and losing probes with this kind of gateway man style that PAPI is going for is very punishing. Also noticing as well that he hasn't taken a 4th yet, which with the style that he's playing is pretty unusual. I would have expected to see that go down maybe even earlier than right now.
Yeah, exactly. Like, because of the High Templar, the Storm, the Colossus, the splash damage is delayed, we need an abundance of charge lots of gateway units, and for that, you need a 4th base. Alas, PAPI is still only on 3 bases. Because of that, he doesn't have the biggest economic lead anymore, especially with all that probe damage being done earlier.
Yeah, meanwhile, Spirit just kind of sitting back. He recognizes that not too many gases have been taken. He recognizes as well that his economy is in a really good space with that fast third. As I said, he is going to start to move out here, and PAPI does have a little bit of a run by it set up ready to go, so that should be quite nice. We see it as soon as that observer sees the army leave.
Yeah, exactly. Good eyes from PAPI. The Zealots are going to do quite a lot of damage here, forcing a big reaction out of Spirit. Does turn the army back around as we have another Zealot here run by at the third base.
Yeah, wow, really nice moves from PAPI there. We do see Spirit going to be stacking those SCVs, preventing too much damage from going down, but at the same time, so much mining lost at that natural. So yeah, a bit of a win in the column for PAPI, and he wants to meet this army out on the map as well.
Yeah, he does see the move out once again. He's aware of it. He wants to try to catch that army. The Zealots are coming in from the front line. We have the Blink Stalkers diving on forward as well. Anti-armor missile does go off before the Raven gets sniped.
Yeah, good snipe on the Raven, and with that anti-armor missile, he is just going to look to back off, try to fall back to those shield batteries. I think all in all, not a bad trade for PAPI, but very important that he gets a Zealot spotter out here to see this rotation.
Yeah, very important indeed. We can see the army is kind of keeping up with said rotation as well. The Prism did go down earlier in that big skirmish, so a bit of a loss there for PAPI. He's not going to be able to harass at the same time. He misses the rotation. Oh no!
Yeah, he really needed to have a bit of vision over on this side, and he's going to get punished for it quite badly. He's going to lose his robo.
He's going to try and recall back home, but the army's on top of this, and he's just going to stim on forward, dive on top of those stalkers, on top of those archers. The mines, oh my god, they cut off the rest.
GG is called. Spirit in one fell swoop, punishing the lack of vision of PAPI, and just like that, he takes the win.
GG, well played. PAPI just unable to keep up with the army movement of Spirit. One wrong move and that can be game. And that was just a beautiful setup from Spirit, diving into the natural base, setting up with his mines behind him to make sure he's covered from the flank as well. And very well done there by Spirit. But PAPI, he didn't go down without a fight. I want to say that at least. You know, he didn't look bad against Spirit. Definitely showed his own, or held up his own here against Spirit.
Yeah, definitely. I think he can be proud of how he did, especially in that first game. The second game, a little bit more dominant by Spirit. Spirit just punishing the way that punishing that gate into a fast third nexus really, really well. Actually, that was actually very educational for me.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. The more you know, Terran players, if you see your opponent being a little bit greedy, then you can cut certain corners. So we can at least see the corner that Spirit did decide to cut as well. And of course, the hyper aggression, just to make sure that the economic lead wasn't too great. But yeah, really well done there by Spirit. He does advance on in the tournament to the upper bracket finals. Coming up next, Spirit versus a Laser. Oh, that's gonna be spicy, PAPI. Oh, that's so juicy. Oh, let's go.
Yeah, banger of a match coming up. Spirit vs Laser, something we've seen quite a few times before, and it never fails to entertain. Often we see the one that really jumps out to me. I remember seeing them play on Hardwire, which was a couple map pools ago, but they basically challenged each other to just a greed contest.
Yeah.
Where, we had it was. Spirit went like CC first, 3 CC with the 4 CC finished before 7 minutes, and a Laser was already at 100 drones.
Yeah. You just brought back some memories. I do remember some other games from Spirit on Hardwire, and I feel like that's one of the maps where he would at times be a little bit more greedy on and cut the map in half with and stuff like that. Oh boy, so I wonder if we're going to get that again. I wonder if Gressvan is going to slip through the vetoes. I wonder if we will have this kind of Giga late game army kind of style between both Spirit and a Laser. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing it once in this series. Hopefully not too much. We'll see.
I mean, as much as both of them race to like 100 workers each in that game, a Laser just dumpstered him in the mid game.
Fair enough. To be fair, since the Hardwire season of StarCraft, I would say that Spirit has really leveled up. He has really improved so much over the past 12 months, over the past year of StarCraft. It's been pretty crazy to see him just reach greater and greater heights as a player. So that's why I'm really excited. I do think both of them are probably in peak condition right now.
Yeah, they're really well matched, and they're both kind of peaking in their careers, so should be a fantastic game.
Definitely. And the other important thing to bear in mind is because the bracket is double elimination, that means that it is also likely that they may face more than once today. It's possible that regardless of who wins and who loses, there is going to be a chance for the loser to come back and have a rematch as well. So. If you're a fan of some ZVT action or some Laser on Spirit action, then it's gonna be quite a night. Yeah,
we should hopefully see them at least twice, but you never know. You never know what could happen. But either way, really good best of 5 coming up very shortly.
Exactly. The players are just getting ready. They're getting their setups, their peripherals ready. They're getting in the glass booth as they should, and we'll be able to get our eyes on them. Oh boy, do you have before of course we go on a break, do you have any predictions? Or I say predictions, what do you want out of this series? What is your Terran heart desire out of this series?
That's a dangerous question. My Terran heart of hearts wants to see a Laser just dumpster him 3-0, just Ling Bane only, just roll Ling Banes at him. Spirit splitting, playing absolutely perfect, nothing he can do.
You're an animal. What is your Terran heart desire? I want him to die for the narrative. I want him to be
Yeah,
a
of course.
martyr for the people. I want.
It was the same as
God.
Cell vs Mario. It was devastating, but it helped my cause.
Shaking my head, shaking my head. Oh my god. I would like a back and forth is what I would like. I'd like some good solid games. I haven't seen enough of Spirit recently. Like recently we've been missing out on casting OSC King of the Hill. It's been casted by Wardy in recent weeks. So I don't get enough of the greedy Spirit. I want to see him be greedy, get away with it, and then be absolutely disgusting with it. That's what I want to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually I haven't seen that in a while. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Exactly. But everyone in the chat, take this moment to hydrate your hydras, stretch roaches, massage your marines, lubricate all of your lings, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes with a laser versus Spirit.
All right, see you soon.
Trafia idealnie ten smak. Czy to jest, wiesz, siła podprogowa, że czytasz sobie, że to ma mieć ten smak i to ma ten smak?
No. Ja powiem szczerze, że ja mam taki test tych lodziarni. Zawsze co robię, to zamawiam lody pistacjowe.
Okej.
Jak nie smakują jak orzech, to znaczy to do wyrzucenia są. Nie? Także no.
Proste. Jak rosół w restauracjach,
No.
że dla testu sobie zamawiają.
Dokładnie. Jak podają z ziemniakami, to wiesz, że jesteś w Poznaniu, nie?